are racing in Singapore. Joining you from the commentary box, I'm Salim Haddad. We can see the track is pretty crowded. For example, scoring a purple sector 1 as he heads into the second sector. And it's Timo and Edgar. Very similar lap times, extremely perfectly similar lap times. It's a 1:36. Edgar currently on a provisional pole position. Whoa. Embrake Boss gets a 1:36.2. So this is the time to beat if you want to get pole position tonight. Hello to the viewers. How are you doing? Oh no, it's Bituka with a 1:35.5. The Aston Martin driver. Strong lineup today. As I'm currently on board with Ethan Lessiter. He goes into the third sector. Goes down to third gear. Clean racing line. Into the DRS detection zone. Across the finish line, managing to get a 1:36.5. So again, it's Bituka, the man to beat. You have to get a 1:35.5 if you want to get pole position tonight. Let me take a look at the chats, and I would like to ask everyone, how are you doing? And on a weekly basis, I usually have a question that I ask the viewers. This time, I would like to ask you, what are a few things you would love to see in the next Formula 1 game? Of course, I'm talking about Formula 1 2022. And then I will tell you my personal opinion about what are the games that I would love to... what are, the features that I would love to see in Formula 1 2022. In the chats, we have Brian supporting Justin. What do you mean? What do you mean, Brian? Oh, that wasn't very successful from Hecht. So, the few things that I would love to see in the next Formula 1 game. Well, first things first, I would love if the game was cross-platform. So that way I would be able to play against my friends who are on PC or Xbox. That's one thing. Another thing, I would love to be able to drive the safety car. I know this sounds so weird, and it's Reich with a purple sector 1 as he heads into the second sector. Well, I would love to be able to drive the safety car. I know this sounds crazy, but that's something. Another feature would be probably VR support. I would love to be able to drive a Formula 1 car in VR. As Breik heads into the wall and loses his front wing. That is very unfortunate. He had a purple sector 1. Now he's going to go back to the pits to change his nose. So Kian says, I would like to see porpoising in the next game. Wow. You know you're gonna get a headache if you have porpoising in the next game. And imagine driving on a steering wheel. The steering wheel is gonna go up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. Yeah. It would break your hands and it would damage your brain. That's these are my thoughts. And we have Brian supporting Justin, saying Justin is going to win this race. Max Verstappen too. And we have Valts Miklos saying storyline for single players. Well, I agree. That would be really nice. We've had a mini story, a very short story in the Formula 1 2021 about Cass Ackerman and the driver you were controlling, whom I forgot the name of. And it was a relatively short story. It would be nice to see like a fresh story, and Kev Gaming gets a 137.0, putting him currently in 9th place. So most of our viewers are supporting uh, a Justin who is driving an Alpha Tauri. This is Justin. Again, the lap time to beat is a 1:35.5 if you want pole position with 8 minutes to go. So as I was saying, and his lap has been invalidated, unfortunately. As I was saying a couple of minutes ago or seconds ago, it would be nice to have a story, a fresh story. You know, something that could be a bit lengthy. Also, I would love to have other cinematics, new ones. Like for example, every time you would win a race in single player, it's the same cinematics. It's not something that you're gonna get bored of that, and you want something new. If you are buying a new game, let me take a look at the chats once again. Brian is saying Justin the NF in Dutch F1 League on the same track, but now he win. Well, oh, who's that? That's Justin making way for Powdy, who is on a hot lap. And he has Edgar on the way as well. A bit too crowded for him. Powdy currently entering the third sector of the race. Nice short shifting technique. Heading into the last low. Whoa, that was a kiss to the wall. I don't know if he has damage. He's gonna cross the finish line. Managing to get a 1:36.8. It's not bad, considering he's driving on the mediums, and considering that he made contact with the wall. Again, Brent gets a 1:36.007. It's Agent 007. The name is Brent, DTR Brent. James Bond crossover. Again, Hackett is going on a hot lap as well. Hello to the returning viewers and to the existing viewers. Again, we were asking our viewers tonight, what are some things you would love to see in the new Formula 1 game? The answers were purposing. Someone said a new story mode. Wow. Timo gets a 1:35.3. He has stolen the lead, and Heck goes back to the pits. It's gonna be Timo starting on pole position. It's still professional pole position. Brian says Leclerc fault in Imola. I am a returning viewer. In my opinion, it was an amateur mistake from Leclerc. He went too deep into the corner. He went over the sausage curb, which made his car spin. And at the end of the day, he didn't keep it cool. Another thing I would like to ask the viewers, I would like to ask your opinion out about something is... So we have 2 new updates. And after that, I will ask you the question. It's Pandemie. I think that's a French name. It's not pain to me. I think this is a Pandemie, if I'm not mistaken. And Pandemie means toast bread. And Snookster gets a 1:35.4, so very close. The question that I was asking is, so we know that Carlos Sainz beat Charles Leclerc last year in the Formula 1 season. Why is he failing to do so this year? Why is he not able to carry on till the end, for example? Why is he not delivering good results? Snookster. What are your thoughts? Why isn't Carlos Sainz delivering? Personally, I think it's the pressure. Like, he's under pressure. He is driving a potential championship winning car, and the thought of this might be a huge responsibility. So, what are your thoughts on this matter? As your friend Justin starts his hot lap. We have Secondaire saying V19 Secondaire saying let's go Pandemie RAC power. Secondaire, I assume you are French, if I'm not mistaken. Ladies and gents, it's a purple sector won by Justin. Justin, the driver with a big fan base, is now going into the second sector. Heading into the second DRS zone, there's gonna be a car in his way. It's an Alpine. It's the Alpine of Kev Gaming. Is gonna move out of the way. It doesn't move out of the way, and they make contact, and Justin loses his front wing. Wow. I'm sure the stewards are gonna have a say about this. Well, Kev Gaming was on his out lap, and he didn't move. He should have moved. He wasn't on a hot lap, and he ruined Justin's hot lap. So I think Kev Gaming goes back to the pits, and Justin has retired from the session. That is unfortunate. So we have Brian saying that Sainz DNF fault. Rick, well, I kind of agree. Today it was Ricciardo's fault. 1 minute to go. Nearly 1 minute to go. It's Timo on provisional pole position with a 135.3. Timo wants to secure his championship as the Swedish driver break. He's gonna cross the finish line. And Bright gets a 136.2 on his soft tires. That's a decent lap. Hecht has yet to complete the lap. Justin's not going to be able to do so. Same thing for King Ivan, who needs to complete a lap. King Ivan is on a hot lap. Moving into Sector 2. Hello to Flixie. Oh, oversteer. Deja vu, I've just been in this place before. Nice save from King Ivan. Again, we have... Is Kex or something for purposely ruining his lap? Yeah, Flixie. Yeah, Flixie, we saw that. Oh, that was a close, or Pandemie. No, it's not Pandemie. The one you are talking about, I think. And King Ivan is gonna cross the finish line, get a 136.4. Of course, his lap was ruined because he had some oversteer, had some drifting, and Hecht goes to the pits. Qualifying session is gonna be over anytime now. Hello to V-Disc in the chat. Hello, V-Disc. So we are almost out of time in the qualifying session in Singapore. Timo going back to the pits. Same thing for Pandemi. Bright goes to the pits as well. Everyone goes to the pits. Timur Azim with a 136.2, currently in 8th place. So Justin is gonna be starting from last place. And who are we still waiting for? Still have 2 drivers on track. "39 seconds to go." And that's it. That's it, ladies and gents, for this qualifying session. It's Timo once again on pole position with a 135.3. Pandemi in second place, or Pain to Me if it's in English, Pandemi in French. In third place, it's Snookster. In fourth place, Petuka. Brent in fifth. Embrick Boss in sixth place. Bryke in seventh. Timur Azim in eighth. Pepechu in ninth. In 10th place, Edgar. Out of the top 10, we can find King Ivan in 11th. Ethan Lessiter in 12th. Paudi 13th. Kev Gaming 14th. In 15th place, it's Jay Carney. Hecht in 16th. And Justin last but not least. Stay with us, because in a couple of minutes, we are going to be racing in Singapore. You know, I say the same sentence week after week. Now you have enough time to run to your kitchen and grab yourselves your favorite snacks and drinks, because in a couple of minutes we are gonna be racing. And you know, usually whenever you want to watch something, experts say that it's more enjoyable if you are having snacks. And if you are on a diet, it's okay. You don't really have to eat fatty snacks. It could be cucumber with carrots and broccoli and cauliflower with some tea or Diet Pepsi. Whatever floats your boat, as our session is gonna start in 10 seconds time. Okay, so V19 secondaire is saying Pandemi is the good way to pronounce it. Now it's just in time or just in time. Okay. Secondaire, V19 secondaire, I'd like to. So I am correct. And the cars go for the outlap on the streets of Singapore. Again, it's a street circuit. It's gonna be Timo on pole position. I hope everyone was able to grab or find their snacks and drinks. Secondaire is saying, oh, vous parlez le français? Oui, oui. C'est ma seconde langue. J'ai appris le français à l'école. Est-ce que vous êtes français? Today's race in Imola was a crazy one. It was very exciting. We were promised that we were going to have a lot of rain. However, we didn't see any of it. We only had few drops at the beginning, and then it went all. Timo now heading to the grid. Oui, l'équipe RAC E-Sport est française. Ok. C'est cool. Nice to meet you, V19 secondaire. Moi, je suis libanais. Welcome, ladies and gents, to our race tonight in PSGL. It's Sunday evening. Formula 10. We are racing on the streets of Singapore. Joining you from the commentary box, I'm Salim Haddad. You can find my Twitter account in the description. I will follow back. And it's Timo sitting on pole position. The drivers are going to be preparing for the start of the Singapore Grand Prix. The lights go red, because when they go green, it's go for the Singapore Grand Prix. It's a very superb start from Pandemi and Timo. Pandemi is going to take the inside. Nicely defended from Timo. They make contact. Pandemi sends it to the inside. They are still side by side. It could go anywhere. As we head into the first DRS zone. Again, no DRS. And the first, well, it's a close one. Pandemi has the upper hand. And now he's going to have the inside advantage as they head into... Who's going to be the one to break the later? It's Timo. Timo breaks later than Pandemi. Pandemi round the outside, still trying. He's going to be sent to the wall. Timo and Pandemi. Pandemi was forced to back out because... Because otherwise Timo would have spun. So nice sportsmanship from Pandemi. Pandemi is now... Oh my goodness! Out of the race. So it's a full course yellow. We have a virtual safety car. That was so unlucky from Pandemi. He had a very good start. He was fighting his way with Timo. It was a nice fight. It was a nice battle. However, it didn't last for long. Very sad for Pandemi. Nice to meet you too, V19 secondaire. Désolé pour ce qui s'est passé. Ryan supporting Justin. Where is Justin? Justin is currently 10th, so that's a big jump from Justin, who started last. The virtual safety car is still engaged. I don't know if this is gonna force a full course yellow. No, it doesn't. The flags go green, the cars go vroom 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 as we resume racing in Singapore. A lot of drivers have decided to go to the pits as Timo is now leading the race. 4 tenths behind we can find Snookster, followed by Brent. In 4th place Ivan. Justin, followed by Powdy, Kev Gaming, Ethan Lessiter, Jake Hardy, Hecht, and all of the other drivers decided to go to the pits. It's going to be Pituka, who is going on a different strategy. It's going to be an interesting one, of course. He went on the mediums. He's followed by Bryke, followed by Pepechui, Taimur Azim, Embrick Boss, and Edgar. Unfortunately, Pandemi is out of the race. A three-way battle for the lead of the race. We head into P6. It's Justin. Justin only 3 tenths behind Powdy. Go anywhere. The two drivers have the same tire compound. Well, Justin in his turn is being followed by Kev Gaming and a train of cars. Again, these two drivers, or these 3 drivers, are fighting for the lead of the race. Timo, Snookster, and Brent. The first 2 drivers have the tire advantage. They are on the softer compound, as Brent is on the medium. Going to be running another strategy. Fastest lap for Timo, it's a 141.3. Taken by King Ivan, 140.1. Justin is falling behind Powdy a little bit. He's 1.4 seconds now behind. Moving on to P9, Jake Hardy is 4 tenths behind Ethan Lessiter. Ethan seems to be struggling. He had some wheel spin. It's a 3-way battle again for P8. Jake Hardy is only 2 tenths. He's going to be using ERS. Jake Hardy moves around the outside. Now he's going to have the inside racing line advantage. Nicely done from Jake Hardy. That was a textbook move. chasing Ethan Lesser in his turn. Still nothing. Overtaking on, oversteer, making contact with the wall. I don't know if he lost some pieces of his front wing. Well, overtaking in street circuits is very difficult. Tepechui in 13th place, applying pressure on Bright. Ladies and gents, the DRS has been enabled. To go for the overtake. Battle for P1. Three-way battle. To the first DRS zone. Take a look at the power of DRS. It's now down to 3/10. Snookster and Timo. Nothing goes, nothing goes. Still the same. Hecht goes to the pits. So it seems Hecht had a front wing damage and now he's repairing it. Nose change for Hecht. Kev Gaming is 4/10 behind Justin, half a second. He's applying pressure on Justin. Back to P3. Currently on board with Brent. Brent is getting superbly close to Snookster. Three-way battle for P1 is still here. Race lead could go anywhere. Still nothing, still nothing. You can see some action on the next main straight. As we head into the first DRS zone. You can see Snookster had a better exit than Brent. Snookster and Brent. Snookster is getting superbly close to Timo, but it's too close yet, too far. He's not able to do any moves yet. We are currently on the 5th lap of the race. We have a yellow flag, seems that this is the Ferrari of Edgar spinning. But lucky, he's still able to carry on. Hecht receives his first set of penalties. And Edgar retires from the session. I don't know if this is gonna force a safety car, but I don't see the need for a safety car, but no clue, no clue. Break is out of the race as well. What happened to him? Ooh. It's a full course yellow, ladies and gents, and a safety car has been deployed. Seems Reich made a collision. And Timo and Snookster go to the pits immediately. It's gonna be Brent leading the race provisionally. Are the viewers still there? Who are you still supporting? Come on, we need some action. We need some uh, dynamic. Dynamic. We need you to be dynamic. That's the word. It's Brent currently provisionally leading the race. 3 drivers are out so far. It's Bryke, Edgar, and Pandemi. Pandemi was out on the first lap. We saw an exciting battle between him and Timo until Pandemi hit the wall, lost his wheel, and therefore lost his car. We are currently on the 7th lap of the race. Seems something happened to Taimur Azim. Taimur Azim lost his car, lost too many positions. Whoa. That's unfortunate, and ladies and gents, the safety car is gonna come in this lap. You know what that means? It means that as soon as Brent crosses the starting line or the finish line, the race is gonna resume. And it's now until Brent decides to resume the race. He was able to build a tiny gap between him and Ivan. Nicely done from Brent. A nice resume of the race. As we resume racing, the flags go green, the cars go vroom, vroom, vroom. Audi is superbly close to King Ivan. DRS is not going to be enabled this lap. Timo just made up a move on Kev Gaming. Justin currently 4th. Running on a different strategy, running on the hards. Snookster and Kev Gaming. They're superbly close to each other. It's a train of cars. And here we might see some positional changes. Nothing yet. We have a yellow flag. It's... who is it? Who is it? blue. Well, overtaking is going to be fairly difficult in the next 2 laps because we still don't have DRS. Timo going side by side with Justin. Justin is in danger. Timo has fresh tires. Timo and Justin. Timo and Justin. Timo takes the inside. Justin needs to be careful. And Timo successfully takes the 4th place from Justin. Well, if you know a driver has a fresher compound than yours, you should just let them by. It's not worth it to put on a fight and risk losing your car and ruining the race. Snookster is 1/10 behind Kev Gaming. Snookster and Kev Gaming. Snookster enables DRS. Snookster very late on the brakes, sends it to the inside. It's not enough. Kev Gaming nicely defended from the Alpine driver as they head into another corner, another set of challenges. Petuka was able to overtake Embrick Boss. Nicely done from Petuka. Embrick Boss lost position to Heck as well. Snookster is tailing Kev Gaming. Snookster sends it to the inside. They make contact. There was some touching between the 2 drivers. They try to weave around. Embrick Boss is unfortunately now in 14th place. And 14th place is now last because the 3 other drivers are out. Going back into P10, it's Ethan Lessiter who is 3/10 behind Heck. The DRS is going to be enabled this lap, which is going to give a push for the drivers, an extra push for them to help them finish the overtake. Jake Hardy just overtook Tepechui, and Embrick Boss has retired from the session as Tepechui goes to the pits. What are we going to see? DRS has been enabled. Timo is very low on DRS. Snookster going side by side with Kev Gaming. Snookster sends it to the inside. A very good move from Snookster, and now he is in P6. Petuka in 8th place. So 12 drivers remaining. Timo and Ivan. Ivan tries to apply pressure on Brandt. They are still very close to each other. Could go anywhere as we head into the DRS detection zone. Entering lap 11. King Ivan goes off track. Timo had the better racing line. Timo and Ivan, they keep positions. Timo uses DRS going side by side next to Ivan. Timo successfully takes the second place from Ivan, and his next target now is Brent. In 7th place, a train of cars is starting to form behind Snookster, and am I seeing correctly? Is it raining? Is it raining or is something wrong with my eyes? Ladies and gents, it's raining! It's raining! Rain is falling down! Rain is falling down on the streets of Singapore! It's raining! This could be a game changer for the drivers tonight. This could be a game changer for the strategies. It's raining, man. Hallelujah. Petuka, nicely done from Petuka. Makes a wonderful overtaking move on Kev. Brent, the leader of the race, is he gonna pit? Is he gonna pit? Because soon it's gonna be undrivable. Brent successfully goes to the pits. Well, I'm really curious to know if there's gonna be a lunatic continuing on driving with the slicks on wet conditions, on a wet surface. So all of the drivers have gone to the pits. All of the drivers go for enter. And no! Brent was forced to wait for the other cars to get into the pit lane. It's Brent still leading the race, followed by Timo, and the DRS has been disabled because it's too dangerous. 12 drivers remaining, perpetually going on intermediates. Overtaking is going to be superbly difficult. Train of cars forming behind Justin, who's currently fourth. Snookster successfully overtakes Petuka. Justin loses so many positions. Justin unfortunately spun. Oh, poor Justin. He's now down to 9th place. Petuka 3/10 behind Snookster. Dev Gaming is 6/10 behind King Ivan. Timo is now 8/10 behind Brent. So we can say something that the biggest winner during the safety car is Brent, who kept the lead of the race despite being on used tires. So big brain, Brent. In 9th place, Justin is getting very close to Ethan Lessiter. Justin too aggressive on the throttle. He's having some oversteers. They're going to be currently on board with Justin. Justin is now only 3 tenths behind Ethan Lessiter. He's struggling a bit with his car. However, his pace is good. Justin and Ethan, you might see something on this DRS zone. Despite the fact that the DRS is disabled, however, you can still use the ERS, the energy charge. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So, small summary of what has been happening. We are almost halfway through the race. Lap 14 out of lap 31. It's Brent leading the race. In second place we can find Timo, Paudi in third, Snookster fourth, Petuka fifth, in sixth place Ivan, Kev Gaming in seventh, Ethan Lessiter in eighth, followed by Justin, who is ninth, only half a second behind, Jake Hardy in 10th, Hecht 11th place, 12th place, last but not least, it's Pepe Chui. All of the drivers were able to build up a gap between them and the driver behind, so there is no excitement at the moment. We are still waiting for the storm to end, not literally. And it seems the rain is increasing and increasing. It's pouring rain. It's gonna keep on going. I think wets might be the... Whoa! Justin goes very early on the throttle. He oversteers, but he saves the car. Nice save from Justin as he goes on. Carrying on. Currently on board with Justin, only 7/10 behind Ethan Lessiter. You can see that Justin is very aggressive on the throttle, and he hits it very early. You should give it time. Justin is falling behind a little bit. 1.2 seconds between him and Ethan. Timo is only 1/10 behind Brent. And it's going to be up to his skills if he wants to win the race here tonight in the streets of Singapore. Of course, it's a street circuit, so overtaking is going to be very tough. What do you expect? Snookster and Petuka are catching up to Paudi. 6/10 separating Snookster from Paudi. As we are now in lap 16. is getting very close to Brent, only 6 tenths separating them. They both go to the pits. The rain is increasing, the intermediates are going to go very difficult to carry on with. I think the drivers are going to go on the full wets, as we have just started lap 17 out of 31. Yes, 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 that is correct, that is correct. Most of the drivers go to the pits. They are changing for the wets, except for Snookster and Pituka, who are still on the intermediates. But they're going to suffer a lot. They're going to suffer. It's going to be hard to keep the car in one piece on the tight circuits of the tight streets of Singapore with such weather conditions. These two drivers are fighting. Justin only 2 tenths behind each listener. Justin seems to be knowing what he's doing on the wets. Justin uses ERS. Justin goes side by side with Ethan. Ethan not willing to surrender. Justin now goes around the outside right into the wall, and Justin goes into the shadow round. Goodbye. Race is over for Justin. Full course yellow and a safety car. And of course these drivers are going to benefit from this to go to the pits. I'm talking about Snookster and Pituka. Very unfortunate for Justin. He was doing good today. So Snookster and Pituka go to the pits. I think they are going to change on full wets. But where are they going to return? Just have to wait and see. Snookster and Pituka are going to be behind Brent and Timo.